Hey, good morning. Let me get rid of that echo there. Good morning, everybody. We're letting some folks join the room here. And we'll get going in about 2 minutes or so. Hey, Barry. Hey, James. Hey, Frank. Hey, Donna. Hey, Jeremy. Diana, Jerry, Carol. Great to see everybody this morning. Tom will be on in just a minute or so.
Hi, folks. Welcome to the Academy. I opened it up this morning because I thought it would be good to talk to everybody. The only thing we got left today is a 1:30 training session for our advanced futures trading. It's about numbers and the numbers. How many people saw in TNT I posted 63.35 was the ultimate target? How many saw that this morning? 63.35. Yeah. How about my 5 magic tickers, huh? Anyway, we're cooking with gas. Nvidia, which was one of our stocks, is at 160.46. I think that's good. And I told TNT and Jonathan, I said, as long as the leader of the Democrats keeps talking, this market's going to go higher. You know, uh, yeah, D Dog. How about D Dog? Not bad, huh? Anyway, let's get into the training because we know we're good. And the question is, how good do we want to be? High degree of risk involved in trading. Past performance is not indicative of future results. In my opinion, I think that the market will pull back and maybe it's next week a little bit, maybe midpoint of this range on this third day. We'll see. We'll do some numbers over the weekend, get everybody up to speed for Sunday night. That'll be our plan. This week we didn't have a power, but I put out a bonus trade to give him some money. Anybody take that trade I put out in bonus and power? I thought that was a good trade. All our other trades hit. Jonathan, how many have we hit this week so far? And we're not even started trading yet for the month. How many have we hit? You know, off the top of your head, 4 or 5?
Your mic broke up a little bit there for me, Tom. What did you say?
I said, how many have we hit already? And we hadn't got going for the month of July. About four or 5 so far.
Well, you can call it there's a SPY trade in TNT and an XSP trade for Moonlight and Tuesday Power Play. So 2 trades sent to 3 services.
New month. I got you. Okay. Deb says we closed 2 this morning. And the weekend side hustle's out already. Did everybody get the weekend side hustle trade? Jonathan was a little shocked when I called him. Let's do it. I figured out as long as that guy was talking, it was going to go higher. Might as well go for the gusto. Way to go, Junior. Yeah, Jonathan put going and pay up. It was one of those trades that you got a special situation, might as well take advantage of. That's what we were trying to tell you, in my opinion. All right. There'll be others. Let's talk option basics. And the reason I want to spend some focus here, my goal is to review the basics, okay, of option terminology. Now there's a bid and ask, and I try to trade options that have a small bid and ask. Does everybody understand what I'm saying there when I say a small bid and ask? Not a widespread. A widespread limits you to only using limit orders, and I like options that that is tight to get through that bid and ask, because if it's tight to get through on when you're getting in, it's tight to get through getting out. But if it's wide getting in, some of those trades sometimes go to your targets, you don't get filled, and that's not doing you any good. So always look for a tight bid and ask. Okay. Any questions about what people are willing to pay and what people are willing to sell at. That's what you look at when you call up an option chain. That's the first thing as a basic. You do that for stocks as well, but that's the first thing you want to do. Now, a call versus a put. A call is pretty simple. This is how I was sold on options. Guy said to me, he said, Tom, if you think a stock's going up, you can buy a call option, which gives you the right to take a stock at a certain strike price. That's where the contract's made. Then you have an expiration date, okay, with that. And that call option, if the market goes up in the time that your contract lasts, chances are you're going to make money. If you use my approach, your chances are real good you're going to make money, because I've got it down to a process that really sets it up. You got to be careful, though, because these things die on the vine if you don't know what you're doing. You got to listen and learn. Now, a put option happens, which means we think the market's going down or the stock's going down, and you buy a put, which gives you the right. This gets a little confusing, but gives you the right to say if you have a put, like on Berkshire at 590, and it drops, it can protect your holding. Okay, do that, right? But it also gives you the right to protect your holding, but it also, you can speculate with put options. I do that from time to time. Okay, way to go, Chuck. That's what I want to hear about. Look what Chuck did. That's a call to put. Any questions about just a basic concept? Buying a call is like buying a stock in some sense. You want the stock to go up. Buying a put is like shorting a stock in some sense. Okay? Sellers. Now, this is where you can flip the script. You won't short it. One of the insights I'll tell you, you won't short expiration dates if you sell options. That's one of the key factors I look for. Is there enough money for me to sell an option, make money if it falls, okay? Now, a put option, a seller, is a bullish transaction, meaning that I think the stock's going to go up. Like, for example, if I sold a 155 put on NVIDIA and I didn't hedge it by buying a put to protect me, then I'm obligated to buy NVIDIA if it drops below 150. Do you understand that concept? Okay, perfect. Calls and puts from a seller's perspective. I like to be a seller, by the way, just to let you know. Now, strike and expiration. Strike is the price that you make the contract with the opposite party. So if I'm a buyer, the seller and I agree on a contract price, which is the strike price. That's what to call it. Now, here's where people lose money. Listen up. Expiration dates. If you're buying options, you want as long an expiration date as you can afford. If you're selling options, right? You want the shortest date. Now, my rule usually keeps people out of trouble, and I have a 72-hour rule on, especially on buying options. Okay, you got to be making money in 72 hours, or I usually move on. Does everybody understand that? Learn that rule; it will save you a fortune. Take the loss and move on if it's not working within 3 days or 72 hours. That's probably the best rule I can give new option traders or even experienced option traders. Why have your money tied up, hoping and wishing, when you take that money and go put it in something that's going to pay you? That's my attitude, okay? So 72 hours, you ought to put a sheet together that says 72 hours, I've been in this trade. I'm not making money. I'm going to flip it and go to something else with my money, okay? Learning. Abbreviations to know. When Jonathan sends out instructions, he uses BTO. That means you're opening a transaction. If it says sell to close, STC, he's closing a transaction. Now, here's how it changes if you're bringing money in. Sell to open means that you're selling the option first, And buying to close means you're closing out that contract. You still got to have, it's got to balance out the two, right? Buy, sell. Keep it simple. And always relate back to stocks when you're looking at it, because stocks work the same way. If I buy a stock to open, I got to sell it to get my money, right? Okay. Those are abbreviations. Now here is our tickers. Jonathan said I had it up to 40 tickers instead of 25. I'll work at it over the weekend, try to maybe eliminate some. But right now, this is the third day. Here's what I look for. I say, where's the current price versus the high and low? Well, if you look at the current price of the E-mini, which is S&P 500, that's bullish, being this close to the high. That's the way I look at it, and I use that throughout every stock I look at. What gets my attention is a big leader like NVIDIA breaking out on today, and we're up at, went up to 160, made a new high. Apple looks good. NVIDIA looks good. Some of the others, look, there's old D-Dog. Look at D-Dog. I put it on the list. Look at D-Dog. Where's D-Dog? Right there? D-Dog. Yeah, look at D-Dog. Anyway, this is something you ought to keep by your side. I print it off. I will have 1 day, 2 day, and 3 day and put it in a folder for the month, okay? They might be useful numbers later on, okay? I've got so much there on the table, but with NVIDIA is such a great stock, and now it's leading. That's good. That's good for other stocks in the Magnificent Seven, okay? I'm glad to see that, okay? And by the way, the NASDAQ, which was a little weak, is starting to go above the center line, and that's good. Any questions about the ticker so far? We'll firm up this list today at the close, the third day, and come Sunday night, we'll have it all ready for everybody, and I think you'll be in tall cotton, okay? And John, I probably ought to add the diamond here because I might do some diamond trading in July because the Dow is very strong looking at the futures.
Okay, I'll add the diamond later on today.
Okay, sounds good. Any questions about the tickers? Okay. Hey, Jeremy. Now, what can you trade in a retirement account? It really depends on the broker. And a lot of people have money at banks and stuff. They can't do a lot of trading. What I decided to do is move to Tastytrade because they're the most flexible people I've dealt with on a retirement account. And I like their bracket order, how simple it is too. Okay. But what can you trade in a retirement account? Well, it depends on your broker. Your broker has a lot of flexibility when it comes to your retirement account. Are you allowed to trade options? I think you ought to be able to trade options in your brokerage account. Again, I go back to Tastytrade. And this used to be hard to do years ago. You had to have a third party, but Tastytrade lets you do it. It's called the Works. You can trade futures. I got approval on Monday on my IRA, and I already made a couple trades already. Anybody want to ask me how I did? Depends on the broker you use. That's the beautiful thing about it. It's called the Works. My strategy is to develop a second half plan at no charge to you, providing analysis of stocks that should outperform. Okay? DTI, Carol, I think that we got a link, Jonathan, to give you. But These outperformers may come in several forms, whether dividend payers, leaps, options, anything else available for investment in retirement account. I don't want to be limited with my money. That's one of my pet peeves. I don't like somebody, I know what risk is. I don't want people to limit me, okay? We're going to have a brand new Telegram channel, okay? Now, let me tell you when I'm going to kick this off where you can think about it. I want to measure this from the kickoff date. I don't know what date that's going to be. It's going to depend on you. I don't have to do this, but I'm going to do it. And here's what you got to do for me, okay? Let me explain what I mean. Once you get your account funded, and the easy way to let us know you're in, and by the way, I think this might be the last time I'm going to accept applications. We've been overflown. I think we're getting high, but I need you to send an email to tbuztt@gmail. In that email, please include your phone number. I'm going to get to know you. That's one reason I want to keep the number down, okay? But here's the other thing I need you to do. Once over half the people that have applied to be part of this, let me know they've been funded. And I want you to send an email to that same email saying, hey, I open up an account and it's funded. Once it gets over half, I'm going to start, okay? So I'll count the number today, how many people's there. Once we get above half, I'll start doing stuff inside here. Does that sound like a fair thing to do? So once I get it, I'm going to count it. You know, everybody understand we're going to vote. In other words, you're going to vote by telling them, hey, it's funded, then I'll know it's time for me to get in there and focus and do something for you, okay? So get it done, but include your phone number when you apply. He's doing a spreadsheet for me, okay, to let me know exactly about this. And I'll have a lot going on here. I'm going to try to make it great, and I'm going to close it down after today. In other words, you got to, the simplest thing, you want in, you got to send an email to protect your spot. Then after today, I'm not going to go out and ask anybody else to join because I got plenty of people in there right now, and this is going to be fun to do. And I might open it up later after y'all get up, you know, 10, 15, 20%. And it's a chicken, fish, or steak thing with me. You know that, okay? I would use Tasty Trade Justin. That's where I got mine, and that's what I tell you to do, okay? And you'll get the link from Jonathan. He'll send the link when you send that email to you. Just request the link, and he'll send it to you, okay? But include your phone number. That makes Jonathan's job a lot easier. He told me he was having trouble looking up the names. It's taking a lot of time, so I said, let's solve it. Just send an email with your phone number. How you like that? But once you get your account funded, send Jonathan an email because I'm going to be counting numbers. I don't know what those numbers are until you get my spreadsheet, but once I go over half, we'll start. Maybe we get started next week. We'll see. It'd be a great time to get started. We'll see. Folks, I'll be doing advanced futures later on today at 1:30, right, Jonathan? I want to tell you, well, the weekly trade newsletter, be a member of this. It's so, what is it, $9.99, right? Minimum, Joe, 27,000. That way you can do everything I'm going to do, okay? Each week, the weekly trade letter delivers an actual breakdown of the market, right to your inbox, gives you insight. Got to be on this. It's hot, hot, hot at this price, and get on board. Right? What we do, we take Sunday night. The theory behind this, I do everything on Sunday night, watch the trade on Monday. You get my research on Monday where I'm going that week. It's pretty valuable, really. Cut the noise, get straight to the real targets. You get it Sunday night or Monday afternoon after 4. People are telling me they love it. We're doing a lot of work here for $9.99 for a year, but it's worth it because I want you to do well by having the key points of what I talk about on Sunday night. All this stuff, it will be covered in the newsletter. I always have a special opportunity in the newsletter each week. We post things inside. Bill said he's been with me a lot of years. He loves the summer we get on money. People got other things to do than do what I do over the weekend and stuff. So I'm working for you for $9.99 for a year. Wow. I take those 5 stocks for the week. Oracle was one of them, by the way. Keep going. Thought about it Sunday night, did it. Go to live tab at dtitrader.com/YouTube for the recording. Thank you for being here. I'll see all my advanced futures traders at 1:30. Jonathan will put the link in there if somebody wanted to get into that advanced futures. That'd be worth your while, I think. But anyway, he'll put that link in there if anybody wants it. Y'all have a great day. I told Jonathan when the guy quits talking, the market ought to settle down. You know, he's talking, thinking he's doing some good, but America's smiling. All the traders going, keep talking, keep talking. Anyway, we're going to have fun together the second half. It's starting off great. I love the fact that it's doing what it's doing today. And hey, NVIDIA, one of my core holdings. I like it. John, that's all I got. You got anything you want to talk about?
There's your Futures First Advanced link. Yeah, I got something to mention. I don't think you mentioned it yet this morning, at least. Tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, Tom will be live for our annual July 4th webinar. That's a big
24th year. Got a big surprise for people to show. Look at Claire. She's doing so well. Claire, you got to get to meet Carol. She's one of our top trading students. Got to meet her. Maybe at a small class or something. Anyway, Jonathan, that's about all I got. Let's go back and watch the last couple hours. 11 o'clock tomorrow. 11 o'clock. They couldn't change the email. I wanted to do it at 10, but they changed it. I've added the 11, so we're going to do 11 this year. Hopefully we'll get it straight the next time I do a holiday. Bear with us. We'll get it right one day. Right, Jonathan?
Yeah, I think you mentioned it, but just a final reminder, equities close at 1 p.m. Eastern today. Equities close at 1 p.m. Eastern.
1 p.m. Perfect. Folks, that's all I got. Have a great 4th of July, and hope I'll see you tomorrow. 24 years tomorrow. I guess he's still talking because the market's still strong. We'll call it. That's the indicator of the day. Keep talking. All right. Have a good day. See everybody. Thank you. Get your application in for the retirement deal. We're excited about that. No charge. You got to take action. Hey, Jonathan, I need 2 things from you today besides the numbers. I need the tickers printed off and the people that have applied for this, okay? Printed on my computer, if you don't mind. That's the only 2 things I'm going to ask you to do today, other than the 1:30, finish it up.
Heard you loud and clear, Tom. Thanks.
Oh, we're going to have a fun time. Bye.